she had what I call quite a classic look. She wasn't stereotypical to the 1960s. I feel that when you look at how she did her makeup, it was all about her skin. She would go in and create like what was known as like a banana shape on the eye area, which I'll be doing. I'm not going to do the look from the film that I first mentioned. I'm going to just do the way in which she would do her makeup sort of day to day, and then occasions she would exaggerate that for the camera as well, depending on what film it was. Certainly like Valley of the Dolls, that was a film where they would go in with that banana shape, but they accentuated it a bit more for camera. But I'm just going to go in and really just do a very simple, what I call classic Sharon Tate makeup. Freshening the skin. Just going in with a very light moisturiser. Really lightweight, just to hydrate the skin. Really nice gel. Primer and moisturiser in one. Pressing that moisturiser in a little bit to the skin. Glowy feel. Sometimes I'll go back and just add if I feel there's any areas that I want it to be a little bit more hydrated. Shania's got really good brows for this, and Sharon Tate would brush the brows up. Just really fine streaks. And then what I really loved about Sharon's skin was, unlike the 60s, where a lot of the time it was quite heavy sort of base, from the photographs that I've looked at and footage that I've looked at, she goes for quite a natural kind of concealer. So I like to kind of brighten up underneath the eyes. Just going to match Shania with a shade. Just going to go in with the concealer. Just working a bit around the nose, buffing that in. Sharon Tate had a really, what I call, sort of classic, quite a almost timeless sort of look, really, with the way her skin was, how she would just effortlessly apply makeup, just buffing. The colour that I'm using, Shania, take a little bit of that, mixing two colours. Just really buffing this into the skin on this side now. I'll clean up the area as well once I've applied the eyeshadow. Just running that in. So just adding a little bit more of that. Just taking some underneath, just neutralising, concealing. In, pressing, same on this side. And I love working with creams because you can go back in and just rework a cream. If you open your eyes, you can see there, just gives that evenness to the skin. Add a little bit more here. Keep certain areas quite fresh and clean, certainly around the nose. And then still pressing that on. And then for the eyes, just going to keep it very, very natural. Just this lighter, fleshier shade. This will just take a little bit of the neat grease on the lids. A little bit more in. So for the eyes, just going in with that base colour, and then I will be going in with the banana shape. And from what I've seen online and from the research and seeing a video actually of Deborah Tate, Sharon Tate's sister, she would work it in to this area here, just where the brow bone is above here. And she also explained that a lot of people would make the mistake of making up Sharon's eye and actually having the focus on the lid, whereas Sharon would go in, just map out an area here, just working it the whole way along, just that area. And then in the 60s they would sometimes, I mean I have seen it when she's been sort of in her movies where they would join it, but actually she would tend to leave it quite natural like that, just off and out, and then you can see the difference. It just gives that initial shape. Same this side, just working it just higher than you think, just in that socket area. And just bringing that shape out to here. So if you feel that it's just slightly, I can just see that that area is a little bit lower. I'm just going to go in. Action of me now. Just want to get this area just a little bit more even to the other side. Just work that just a little bit more. See there. And interestingly, this bit here, just having it a little bit thicker on that bit. Same this side. Get that in shape. Because I want it to look a little bit more defined for camera, I'm just going to go in and map over the top of that now. This is more of a long wearing, it's not an eyeliner, but it's a non-smudge cream eyeshadow. And because I've got that shape there now, I'll just go in and add a little bit more. Over the top. And the same this side. What I loved is she would use more brown tones as well, which is quite in keeping with the type of wardrobe that she had. Lots of earthier tones. I'm just going to go in and just add just a bit more here. Just feel that a little bit thicker. Just make sure it's even on this side. It's a bit of both. Okay. This side for me. Just here. So just going in, just adding just a touch more to this side. Great. And then taking the pencil that I initially mapped out with, just going to work this along the lash lines, if you close for me. Just working it in between the lashes. Same on this side. Just blending that, really working it into the lash line, smudging it. And then for this look, I'm going to also just add in some lashes. So I'm going to go for some fairly natural lashes. Just this side. Just add. See. So I'm just going to work just a little bit of contour now. And I'm going in with my fingers, just really pressing that in, merging it and blending it. So you can see. And then I'm just going to add just over the top between the lash line, if you close for me. Just going to add in just a soft brown shadow just to soften down where the lash line is. So just with that, if you close for me. Just mark down this centre area here. So underneath, just working in really lovely brown colour. Again, just blending this so it's just softer here. Same on this side. Black and then taking, blending that out. You can see it's a bit stronger that side. Just really smudging that. Just going to take a little bit of the pencil that I used, because this is a little bit of a lighter brown. Just working that to this inner area here. In here. So Sharon would work in a white pencil along the waterline. So shall I, if you look up that way for me, softening it out, and then I would just work very quickly to that area. And if you look that way for me, you could go in with a flesh coloured. And it just adds a little bit of brightness. And in fact, I would work just a little bit of that colour just here as well. Just to kind of brighten that inner area. So just softening that out. Before I go in with mascara, I'm just going to wait for the lashes to dry off, although it's a quick dry. I'm just going to now go in with a bit of contour. So Sharon would put a little bit of contour in this area here. So shading. Just take a little bit of that brush and then just working just a little bit of that contour here. Just pressing down. So it's just really subtle. Adds a bit of that definition there, you can see, a bit of shading. And then once I come to do the blush, I'll add a little bit of that. So I'm going to go in with some mascara. Look down. So I'm just going to go in. If you need to blink as well, shall I just blink away? Okay. Just working that in. Same this side. Just working in the natural lash. And then what I like doing, and I've created quite a lot on the lashes, because I really think for this sort of look it was about having the lashes as a feature. And then I'll go through and wipe with my little brush. Go through, just add a little bit more this side. See, most peachy blush. Go in with. See, just give that real fresh look to the skin. Nothing too much. So I'm just going to go in now underneath. So Sharon Tate would actually go in with a finer brush, unlike sort of the twiggy style, which was very thick and exaggerated. Deborah Tate talk about is that she would go very, very finely, as if it would look like part of the lash itself. So what I'm going to do is just add in a little bit of mascara underneath the lashes. Just working. If you look up for me, so it's just creating just that coat, and then look at it. A little bit more under. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit. I'm going to mix actually some black and some of this brown as well together, and then it's just a question of just very finely, because it wasn't anything overly exaggerated twiggy style, it's just literally working in, going with a pencil as well, just really going along that lash line, just quite finely working that along, just gives that really smudgy look as well to the lash. So first I'm just going in with a brown, just mapping out. Just getting that shape in and working in just this really lovely pink with the brown. Just working this on the whole of the lip. Blending. And then I'll just adding a little bit, just a small amount of lip colour, but not too much. And then Sharon Tate would go in a little bit of Vaseline. Just work that over the top. Brush the brows up again. Brush the brows up again. just going to add just a little bit, not too much bronze. Feel that I go in. Just going to add a little bit of powder now. Just making sure that it's still looking quite glowy as well. Certainly from photographs, it's just all about Sharon's skin. Just working a little bit of powder just to set those areas. And I just want to go in with just a little bit more blush. Working that in. See? So I'm just going to go in. Going to just put a very natural wave in, and then just give a little bit of height at the back. Just want it to be very soft, natural curl. I wanted a little bit more of a set curl. I would pin the curl up while it's cooling down, because I want it to look quite natural. It will just give it that really soft wave. Wait for it to cool down in your hand. Pinning it. Taking quite big sections. Beautiful hair. give a little bit of height now. Kind of area. Okay. Just a little bit like that. So I go in with a little bit more there. Showing towardsing her back and then forward as well. With this bit, the back just a little bit higher. Put up a little bit. Just gives it that real 60s feel, but still quite soft. And that's finished look. Shania, Sharon Tate.